But ladies and gentlemen, at our endorsement convention that we had a week ago, Michael Cardenas, who's here at my right, kind of got, he didn't get a lot of hype and fanfare, and he kind of, I felt like he kind of got snuck in, you know, and we didn't really have a chance to get to hear from him, and he was a little nervous, and we were still fumbling around. And so I said, you know what, you want to cut your teeth on a rough crowd, come on back next week.
Yeah!
Come on back next week. We are really friendly. So anyway, Michael Cardenas, candidate for Bakersfield City Council, Ward 2. Michael, take it away, please.
This is how it works. Hello everyone, I'm Michael Cardenas and I'm running for Bakersfield City Council. I really appreciate your guys' time. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor. So I'm a small business owner, I'm a union member, and I'm a member of this community that deeply cares about what's going wrong right now. When I walk around downtown, I'm deeply disturbed every time. If I want to take my mother down there, I'm concerned for her safety. If I want to walk around with my wife, I'm concerned for their safety. And I don't think that that's right. I'm originally from Los Angeles, and I heard someone at our last meeting say that they were a refugee of Los Angeles, and that tickled me because that's exactly how I feel. Honestly, I grew up in Los Angeles and saw it deteriorating in front of me. And from the time I've been here, since 2019 to now, I'm still watching that same deterioration happen because our city council is continuing to lean further and further left. And they're following the same policies that Los Angeles and San Francisco are that aren't making any real progress. They call it progressive, but really, we're just falling back. And I can't stand to watch it. And in 2020, when I saw that Andre had run unopposed, I thought to myself, I can't let this happen. I had no idea how to even run for office. There's no education on how to run for office. You can't watch a YouTube video on how to run for office. You just gotta jump in with both feet and go figure it out. So I went and talked to the city clerk. They gave me the wrong dates of when to file. I go in 2 years early, like, wow, I guess I'm a little early, guys. Then after that, I went in 6 months early because they gave me the wrong dates again. And I was like, well then, this is a second time coincidence, I don't believe that. They're just protecting their own. They don't want new people coming in. And that's the thing that we have to change. We collectively have to work together to build this pipeline of candidates. And it's not just about me running, it's about any one of us running. We really need to start figuring out how we build this pipeline of candidates. And if we're gonna call whoever makes it to the front line, the special operations, we need to start building the Navy, the Army, and all of these people behind so that we can then funnel through who's going to be the best ones. But as of now, the fact that I was the only person who was willing to step up, I find that unacceptable. And I think we all need to work together to get more people to come do it.
That's right.
Amen.
That's right.
So, I call on everyone to reach out to anyone you think could be a member of the community interested in it. Anyone who runs a business, anyone who has any sort of leadership experience to get out there and attempt to run. We really need this.
Right.
So like I had said, 2020 was the year that I decided to start looking into it. It was a terrible year. I had 2 businesses fail because of California's terrible COVID policies. It was absolutely insane. The fact that our businesses were completely shut down, that we were given loans to try to get through, was crazy. And then they say, oh, we're sorry. Guess we were wrong about all that. But they sweep it under the rug like it didn't matter at all. We can't let that happen again. And that starts by having local level politicians that start cutting their teeth and getting the experience to get out there so that people believe in them at the state level. And really, we need to be fighting at the state level more than anything, in my opinion. We need more people to start pushing past that supermajority. So, one of the businesses that I've run over the years has been an advertising agency. And through that, I've learned a lot about how to market yourself or how to market companies. And And one of the things that I'm seeing with the conservative movement is that we're not marketing ourselves effectively. We truly need to work towards creating the image that's going to attract new people to the movement. As of now, what are we doing to attract young people to the movement? The people who are going to be out there knocking doors, doing the legwork. We have to collectively look at what our values are and how to attract people with those values. We have to look at where these people are gathering. Are we going to shooting ranges? Are we going to camping and outdoor conventions? Are we going to all the places like churches, like the gentleman said before me, to get more people to be registered voters and part of our movement? Because as of now, I just looked up the statistic. We have 77,000 and 77,000. It's Democrats 77,000 and Republicans 77,000 in Bakersfield, of a city of 400,000 people. We're neck and neck. It's hard to beat them when we're exactly at it. Now, Kern, on the other hand, we have 168,000 Republicans and 153,000 Democrats, and that's a 454,000 registered voters. There's millions of people in Kern County. We don't even have 500,000 registered voters.
That's it.
Yeah. And then this gentleman at every county supervisor meeting trying to get the people that are not actually alive anymore wiped from the voter rolls. Honestly, every time I see you up there, I'm so proud.
That's racist and ageist, by the way.
You know, it is what it is. Wait, no, I'm Mexican, so I'm allowed to get away with it.
Sorry.
And speaking to that point, in Kern County, currently, it's 55% Latino, and we're not doing enough to attract that vote. I come from a Catholic family where conservative values are Catholic values, and we're not touching enough of those people to let them know, hey, this is your movement too. We need to get more people that look like them to be running in these positions so that the movement can move forward. So we need to be doing everything in our power to get people of all shapes, sizes, colors, purple, pink, I don't care. But we need to be getting everyone to come be a part of this movement, because otherwise we have no chance. They're spending millions and millions of dollars to beat us. They have celebrities behind them. They believe that they have the moral high ground, but we know that we do. So we need to get out there and change as many minds as possible, because that's what they're doing. We can't call every other Democrat a lost cause. We need to get out there and talk to them. We need to treat them like neighbors and show them that they are looking at things in the wrong way and convince them to come to our side. We can't treat them like the enemy. We just need to treat them like we need to sell them.
That's hard.
Outside of everything that we need to do in terms of getting more people to be registered voters in Bakersfield and Kern County and California at large, I want to talk about some of my feelings on what's going on with City Council. I just felt so passionately about getting more people to register to vote. I went on a tangent on that. I appreciate you guys. So I believe that elected officials have an obligation to operate the government like a business. We must provide services in a manner and at a price point that warrant repeat customers. We need to reduce the waste, because if we're not providing essential services and we're focused on pet projects, we're not doing the taxpayers any service at all. We're so busy worried about pickleball courts and bike lanes and building housing that isn't going to be affordable at all, and we're not focused on the police. We're not focused on the fire department. We're not focused on all the essential services that we have no choice but to pay for. So that's what elected representatives should be doing. They should be pushing for these essential services to be the #1 priority, and if there happens to be excess revenue, then we can start looking at these pet projects. But we're not focused on the right things, and that's what we really need to do, is we need to be voting in people who are focused on the right things, rather than every pet project that gets them excited.
Amen.
Something I talked about the last time had to do with some of my experience in flipping houses. So One of the things that I'd like to do is make this microphone work. One of the things I'd like to do is overview our general plan. Here in Bakersfield, our general plan does not allow for tiny houses at the moment. And one of the things that I've talked to with many of the people in the community is that they are afraid that their children and their grandchildren can't afford to buy houses. As of right now, the median house price in Bakersfield is just under $400,000. And starter home shouldn't be $400,000. Someone who just got their trucking license, someone who just got their nursing license, they can't afford that home, and they're being forced into these apartments. We don't have a comparable home product to apartments. We don't have sub $2,000, sub 1,500 square foot housing products. The last time those were being made was in the 60s and 70s, and that's all but fallen apart since. Everything that's being built on the west side is these $400,000 McMansions that no one can afford, especially at the interest rates that are at right now. So we need to take a good hard look at what other municipalities are doing to adjust their code so that we can support small businesses, so that we can build homes that people can actually afford. And these are things that are within the purview of City Council. These are things that we can actually do. We need to get focused on what we can actually do. And that's what I hope we can do together. Reviewing our zoning code and our building code is one of the biggest challenges that people that start small businesses trying to get a commercial location. So you want to start a small business. Not only do you have the lease on your house or on your mortgage on your home, you also have to then try to pull together a lease on a business. And one thing that we don't have in Bakersfield that many other municipalities have is work-live. We don't have the business down below and the house up above. And it's something that I really want to start investigating because that builds that bridge for more people to start businesses. We're not doing enough to incentivize small business. We do everything in our power to bring in more Panda Expresses and more McDonald's and more franchises that are taking away from small businesses. And small businesses are the backbone of America. It's not McDonald's. We need to be focused on how we can incentivize small businesses to grow, to have that retention, because the turnover is abysmal. So we have to go through and look at what other municipalities are doing. And I keep harping on this because I see something in Bakersfield where we keep trying to add on new laws without the case studies to back them. We're not going through and investigating what we really need to do and where it's worked in other places. We can't do the same thing as Los Angeles has failed and hope that it's going to work here, just doing it blindly. We need to do real case studies like they do at the state and federal level. So yes, it's going to cost some money to do some investigation. But that's what's most important, is how do we spend tax dollars most effectively by investigating what to do and spending it right.
That's right, that makes sense. I hear you.
How am I doing on time?
That's your time. When it turns red, you have 60 seconds.
Woo!
You're good, 4 minutes.
All right. Well, I believe that I've really come to the conclusion of everything that I wanted to talk about. Homelessness being a major issue and something that really needs to be focused on. And that's just a spin-off. Yes, sir.
How are you going to win the second ward? I'm going to vote for you because I'm in that ward.
How am I going to win?
How are we going to win that ward?
Well, I know what I've been doing is knocking doors. I've been knocking as many doors as possible. I've pulled a list of Republicans and just going every weekend after work and knocking doors. But really, it's pretty challenging to win that ward with how much money Andre's spending. I mean, he raised over $100,000 doing his bid for assembly, and now he's just burning cash, billboards. I mean, frankly, I don't think I have a fighting chance. But
You got to build for the next time,
that's exactly what I thought to myself, because people didn't know who I was. I had to get out there and I need to meet people. I need to talk to as many people as possible. Yes, sir.
I think you made a valid point about the Hispanic sector
Yeah.
not getting it. I just got a text from a guy in that area. He says, look what they're doing. All Spanish, door-to-door, Cortes putting out flyers, door-to-door, and they got thousands of them out there.
Yeah.
We need to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
100% serious. It is the largest growing demographic in America, whether people like it or not. So why not get them on board? They literally are part of the movement and don't even realize it. If they grew up Catholic, they are conservative, but they're so busy being sold that they should be Democrats because they're like, well, you're gonna get free things if you join us, boys. And they're hardworking people. They don't want handouts. So we need to tell them this is the side that is gonna help them build the American dream rather than being crippled by all of these entitlement programs. You know, all of these things like public housing, all the entitlement programs are just keeping people down. They're not building people up. Small business is what builds people up. Having less regulation is what builds people up. The ability to get out there and get something done without the government stepping on you every step of the way.
Modern day slavery.
Yeah.
Some of the people that I've talked to that are conservative say that English-speaking people have two sides to listen to, but the radio and the TV that address Spanish-speaking, all very liberal.
Yeah, we're not doing enough to be omnipresent in the media like they are. You know, it really is all marketing, and we need to sharpen our knife on that account. So we just need to collectively work together to build the pool of money to buy that kind of media, really. And it's not easy, and it's not cheap, but we have to outspend them at the end of the day. So.